see me? And can you hear me? The words get stuck in my throat. Hello, welcome back to Ace Attorney. Well, that's not a good start. Okay, well. Computer's being a little bit weird. Hang tight, everyone. Let me try that again. Welcome back to Ace Attorney, the Great One. I think we might be okay. We have to be quick. Nothing particularly crazy, but I do have a business call that starts at exactly 8 o'clock, and I probably need 5 minutes to mentally prepare for that. So, I do have a hard deadline of having to stop the stream probably at around like 7:50 or whatnot. So we're going to do what we can, however far we can get in. I didn't want to like not stream at all, but that's the way that it goes, okay? The jurors' contentions. Can I, in a time period of about 45 to 50 minutes, convince this jury to change their minds? That's my goal. Am I going to get it done? Well, let's find out. Let's not waste any more time.
The victim may not be well off, but he's a noble man, and straight up, there's no reason to doubt the man.
Well, I do declare, the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's rather splendid. Well, gosh, just look at the accused by comparison. He's a Japanese fucking scum! Stoops all the while and has a mustache. Seems very fishy to me. There's no evidence to suggest the gangling actor is a fraudsman. For now, at least.
I really don't care, like. I just need this trial to end quickly.
3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age, you know? Nothing at all.
Right. Okay, well, let me get on that. I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced. Well, yeah, I already knew that. They fucking voted, Ryunosuke. They voted to get my man damned to hell.
It would appear that all the jurors have come to the conclusion that Mr. Shamspeare is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen.
If you ask me, they've all been bewitched by his strange theatrical movements.
Ryunosuke Naruhodo, are you homophobic?
Only when the witnesses piss me off.
Well, sadly, nothing Mr. Natsume has said appears to have registered at all.
Well, here goes. I have to do something, so I'm going to try, and we'll just see what happens. Johnny Petriello, hello, welcome to the stream. I've pleaded with the jury on Soseki-san's behalf before, and it worked, I'll have you know, so I just have to do it again.
Before we begin, it might be an idea for me to remind you exactly how a summation examination works, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh. No, girl, I don't really got time for that today. We're gonna have to skip it, and I'm just gonna have to wing it and hope for the best. I mean, I have done it before, so I think I'll be okay. Should I let her talk me through it? Nah, no, it's fine. It's probably fine. I do have a chat. My chat'll help me out. Thank you for the offer, Miss Susato. But I've been through plenty of these summation examinations already, and I think it's important that we don't delay the start any longer than necessary.
Of course, I understand. Don't fuck this up.
Yeah, right.
If you're confused by anything at any point, you can always backpedal and come to me like a crying little bitch.
That might happen, Susato-san.
I'm counting on it.
Right, okay. The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statement. Finding 2 statements that contradict each other and pitting the corresponding jurors against each other. That's the way we handle this business.
Without further ado, please, counsel, proceed with the summation examination.
Okay, Your Honor. I will. I mean, my lord. I will. Jury examination commencing. The defense's rebuttal. Here we go. Okay, what things contradict? The victim may not be well off. He's poor. He's a nobleman, and straight up, there's no reason to doubt the man. I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's splendid. Look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese. Okay, the racism is really off the charts here. And he has a mustache. Very fishy. Stoops all the way. I don't know what stooping means. No evidence to suggest the actor is a fraudsman. I really don't care, just need to stand quickly. 3 hours of missing time is nothing when you reach my age. Okay, so he mentions the 3 hours of missing time. There's no evidence to suggest he's a fraudsman. I think he's rather splendid. No reason to doubt. Huh. No evidence, you say? Let me... I'm gonna have to press these people, aren't I? A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madam? Huh. Well, honestly, Ryunosuke, it is really a most tiresome problem for the company. Most irritating. We can be absolutely certain that a customer is stealing from us, but without hard evidence, we can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued. What? Ma'am, what are you talking about? I'm sorry. You've lost me a little bit. Respectfully, who are you? I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company.
Oh, good gracious. Altamont Gas, you say?
Gas is the future of energy in this country and around the globe, darling. But proper handling is quite essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gotta be used properly, yes, Lady Quimby. Altamont Gas is the best in the world, of course! I so solemnly do swear on my life that I will be a gas guzzler.
Oh! I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. He bowed in deference to his employer's wife, did he? Oh, so... would I be right in assuming that the reason Mr. Meterman was watching Mr. Shemspeare... sorry, let me run that back. Would I be correct in stating that the reason that Mr. Meterman was watching what Mr. Shemspeare was up to in his room is because of you?
I'm afraid there's no end to the lengths the population of the East End will go in order to steal our gas, darling. So I really have no choice when the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudsman. But to dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night, we're very thorough in our investigations.
So you mean Mr. Shemspeare is...
I wouldn't come out and say it in public. But you can finish that sentence with a grubby little gas thief!
You have noticed the public gallery in here, have you?
The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. Faith, wouldst thou wound me with thy words were I to let them penetrate thy skin? But seraphs hear not insults, only choirs of angels in song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around until they find it. And when they do, you'll find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights in an Altamont gas explosion!
Whoa, can we bring it down a little, a notch or two? I need a glass of water. My throat's getting a little bit antsy here. So, Mr. Shemspeare has been stealing gas. That's crazy. One moment, bitte gern. Okay. Ja, klar. Okay. I wonder. Juror number 4. If you wouldn't mind, please adding some of this information into your statement so that I can conflict it with some of the other jurors' opinions.
My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping that thief apart you enjoyed?
Actually, a little bit before about abject violence, if it's not too much trouble. Fuck.
Yes, of course.
This could be it. This could be the shift in balance. Wow, I'm playing amazing right now. Okay. The victim puts on a fine performance, but in reality, he's a common thief of my company's gas. Okay, well, here we go. Let's pit her against somebody. The victim may not be well off, but he's a nobleman and straight up. I mean, that conflicts, but also so does this. He's a good gentleman with no reason to lie. I think you two are probably the biggest conflict. Because why do you think this man's such a nobleman, right? I don't know. You two have very different opinions. All right, I dub the wealthy, affluent individuals argue with each other. Debate. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. Why is the music still going? Did I fuck this up? Those two statements are fundamentally at odds with one another. What? They absolutely are.
My lord, as foreman of the jury, I object.
What?
Being their leader, it is my duty to stand up for all jurors here present, and stand up for them I will. I concur with the foreman, counsel. I warn you, I shan't abide any pettifoggery.
But they're... You know what? Go fuck yourself. Okay, fine. Maybe I have to press him? Find inconsistencies in the jurors' statements. I thought that's what I was fucking doing, Susato-san. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright. He's a common thief. I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. I mean, maybe it's her that I'm supposed to target? He's a nobleman and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the man. What about the thieving? Well, there are plenty of people in London who seem noble but poor. Couldn't some of them also be liars?
I've no doubt about it. Like that shaky client of yours, for example.
Absolutely not. Mr. Natsume is no liar.
Look, the point is, the only thing that passed the victim's lip that night was the Japanese man's tea. When you take the gas man's testimony into account as well, the truth couldn't be any clearer.
Well, that's alarmingly logical.
But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with a gentleman's values. If it turns out that old Shamspeare chum was a rotten liar after all, I'd gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen of the jury would do the same. Isn't that right?
Oh, well, I mean, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening.
What's that? Elderly gent on the end here, you know? You'll have to speak up for me. Look, I don't really care about all this nonsense. I just need the trial to be over. How many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury, then? You're gonna die screaming and you won't be heard. Knocking on doors, coming for you. The gentlemen are coming by. All right, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. Okay, that was useless. All right, well, you're a waste of my fucking time, so let me try this woman. Are you the person who I need to fight with? Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid?
No, that's not what I said, darling. The point is, the man is the victim here. What reason would he have to lie? And yes, he is rather splendid.
So you say. Yet again.
Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously it's exhausting to look at him. I'm afraid he's not splendid at all.
Splendid logic there, madame. Thank you much. So is that evidence? What? Juror 1's statement changed, did it? If you can show me that the victim's alive— Oh, fuck off! I'm sorry. Cranky George is coming out. You said a statement that contradicted the woman. What is this bullshit with the pressing? Fuck you. Oh, god damn. No. Oh! I'm so pissed I'm pressing the wrong buttons. This game. Sometimes you are so obtuse. Unnecessarily. Alright. Get me out of this. Fuck. Okay, Jesus. Good God Christ. Ma'am, I am pitting you against this man again because I was right. Dear affluent, lords, alright? Fight! Battle it! As I already stated to the court, my lord, these two people, they are contradicting each other.
Oh, good gracious. To whose statements do you refer, counsel?
Obnoxious rich man and, gauntly rich woman.
What are you yelling about, lad?
I presume you've heard juror number 4's statement, made by the wife of the owner of Altamont Gas.
Well, yes.
The victim, who you claim to be a noble, straight-up man, in fact, turns out to be a common thief.
So the good lady says. But there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard him say as much.
It's true. We don't have evidence as such.
Not yet, anyway.
But the claims aren't baseless, you know.
What?
You heard me. Seeing as his operation has already been compromised, I would suggest that the court hears testimony from our East End branch office employee over there.
I'll do whatever my lady says. Gasman's honor.
Okay. Are you going to testify for us? Juror number 1, you say you're a man of your word.
Huh?
If I could show that Mr. Shamspear was a liar, you assured me that you would reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt.
Yes, I did say that. And as a man of honor, I'll hold to it. As I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will.
Oh, shit, me? Well, yeah. Now that we found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the matter further.
Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I don't really know what's going on. So, but if it means you'll recap, if you'll tell me what's going on, I'll sit down and I'll put my ass to grass. No, I'm not having any part of this. I want this trial over and done with.
In that case, I shall change my leaning.
So, Mr. William Shamspear, if that's your real name, we of the jury demand to know exactly what kind of a man you really are.
Hell yeah! Here I go! I did it! I changed their minds! At least a little bit. That's 4 jurors. 4 for not guilty.
Yes, Mr. Naruhodo! Victory!
Fuck yeah.
Order! Order! Well, this is quite extraordinary, I must say. As a result of the defense's summation examination, the jury's leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say guilty, whilst 4 say not guilty. I therefore declare this court to be in a state of disaccord, and order the trial to continue. I shall.
Heh. No, poo-poo. I got the trial to continue. I'm stalling. Oh! You have spoilt the banquet, Mr. Shamspear. Hi. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim. Hi. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. So God, mend me, I do swear. This gasman speaketh that which concerns him most, naught but gas, naught but thin air. It burneth bright a while, but it hath no substance, it doth reek foul.
Oi! What do you say? Do I take it, Mr. Shamspear, that you deny the allegations of gas thievery?
Most heartedly, my lord, hast thou forgot? I am as a seraph, an angel, noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily, honest of heart.
Huh? You flowery-mouthed, pompous beanpole! Just because I haven't got the evidence yet!
Mr. Shamspear, if, in fact, you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this courtroom.
It is my considered opinion that at the present time, no other possible culprit of this crime has been identified. All testimony heard by the court thus far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case.
What? Oh no!
However, in light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern about the fidelity of the witness, I believe it would be inappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
Objection!
Why? I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of the court's time. The gas and this case are unrelated. Juror number 4! Yes? Didn't you say before that although you had no hard evidence to prove this man has been stealing the gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him?
That's right, we do. Don't we, worker?
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Gasman's honor. Very well, then. We will hear your testimony now. You will tell the court precisely why you believe that the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare, has been stealing the gas. Yes, my lord. It'll be my pleasure. On the Altamont Gas name, I swear.
If I may, my lord.
Oh, what?
Go ahead, madam.
This worker's testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I should like to take the stand alongside him in a supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind.
Wahoo! Oh, yeah, sweet as a honey. Yes, 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 yes. Very well. As an exception, I shall honor your request.
Thank you, my lord.
You wait till the boss gives you an earful. Oh, it's gonna sting, mark my words. So you will both testify before the court on the subject of the illegal consumption of the Altamont Gas Company's fuel.
Yes. Is that clear, my good man?
Clear as Altamont Gas, my lady. Yeah! Which is the clearest in the world?
Is gas supposed to be clear? Huh. Do you think the gas has gone to this guy's head, Susato-san?
I think the man is just a very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. Okay. Witness testimony. Talk to me about your gas problem.
I'm proud to be the company's East End branch investigator, Mr. Meter Money Collecting Agent. Altamont gas meters accept thrumpety pits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas.
And yet, the meter in Mr. Shakespeare's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collecting agent has the only key.
Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, then what is?
Does this have anything to do with the pipes being frozen? Pray, forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of the testimony caused me to turn to my hallowed chalice. I get it, you're an alcoholic, alright? You don't need to brag about it every 5 minutes.
What do you mean by that remark, Lord Von Seeks?
Did the mustachioed Nipponese poison the ganglion excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court. And yet, now we must listen to this abhorrence. Clearly, what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Islands nation is more than geographical distance. But this could turn out to be crucial testimony. The cross-examination must go ahead. Alright, you're just being real fucking wasteful now. Do what you will.
Lord Von Zeeks appears to be a real drama queen.
Yeah, I could have told you that much. Yep, he is in fact very dramatic. Hey, maybe he's a thespian. Maybe he was born to be on the stage. An attempted poisoning, and an incident of gas theft with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely unrelated at first glance. But I wonder, the truth tends to be buried in the most unusual of places. And the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this thing really is. Yeah. Alright, let's get cross-examining and figuring out what the deal is. Alright, you're proud to be the company's East End branch investigator and meter money collecting agent. That's fantastic, but I don't really care about you. I want to know what the problem is. They accept threepenny bits, each coin giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. Alright, I've learned how it works. The meter in Mr. Shamspear's room didn't have a single coin in it. Tell me more about this. Out of interest, how long has this been going on?
Weeks and weeks! He's been pinching gas off us for ages!
And you've examined the meter in Mr. Shamspear's room, I take it?
Naturally. We took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-toothed comb.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume.
No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demanded a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock. The Shamspear Special.
That sounds like it would have cost an awful lot of 3-penny pieces.
But even after all that, the rascal's meter was still empty.
I'll never forget the humiliation when I opened up the money box and found it bare. You what? I said. You what? And the look on his face, the smarmy smile of his.
Ha ha. Right.
I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Not a trace of it being jimmied open anywhere, not a single sign.
All right, can we not auto-asphyxiate ourselves, please?
And what's happening to my salary as a result? Down by 3 shillings a day is what?
A life-threatening situation indeed. In a number of ways. Okay. Incidentally, what became of the meter?
Nothing became of it. I've still got it.
Oh. Well, can I have it?
It's right here.
No wonder they call you Meter Man. I think it would be prudent for the court to sequester this item while the trial's ongoing. Alright, gas meter. A meter that dispenses gas for a set time after a coin is inserted. It sports a very strong lock developed especially with Mr. Shamspear in mind. Definitely. Although at first glance, there doesn't appear to be anything unusual about it. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say it has as much value to the contents of that meter.
Ugh.
The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with, though, and the collection agent has the only key.
Hold it.
Alright, tell me more about this. There's only one key for all of your meters?
Well, in truth, there's another key in the company vault at our main office. But even if someone had managed to get a hold of a key, we'd know if the coin box had been opened.
How do you mean?
I came up with a rather clever way to expose any little shenanigans as it happens.
Would you care to explain?
Well now, in order to empty a meter, you have to unlock the padlock and remove the cover. But when I close the cover again, I stick a little beeswax seal on it, you see?
A seal? Like the sort of thing that you'd put on an envelope, you mean?
Something like that, yeah. Basically, you can't remove the cover again without breaking the seal.
Now, in the case of Mr. Shamspear's meter, there were no coins inside it at all, as I said.
But the seal hadn't been broken either.
So that would mean Mr. Shamspear somehow managed to steal coins from inside the meter without opening it.
It would appear so, but that would be impossible.
I don't know. I saw this one trick on SpongeBob SquarePants once where you tie the penny, the coin, the quarter to your finger, you stick it in the slot, and then you zip that sucker right back up after it's like been deposited. Maybe that's how this whole scam is working? That's my current hypothesis. Somehow he's using all the flamin' gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not thieving, then what is? I don't know. Can I look at the box? Is there anything suspicious? That's a very sturdy looking padlock, isn't it?
And the money box is sealed inside with beeswax too.
So if Mr. Sholmes were to get up to any mischief, he'd be found out immediately.
Mr. Naruhodo, mischief of that kind is not the sort of things that Mr. Sholmes would...
You know what? This is an important conversation. Can we continue? Does feel a little over the top. All right, what else? There's got to be something... There must be something suspicious about this box. There's screws on the back. Anything Oh! What's this? Hey, what's this?
Have you spotted something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Just here. There's a little hole, do you see?
Goodness! You're right. I wouldn't have noticed that.
It's not a very neat hole, is it? Definitely not professionally made.
So you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Shamsphere?
Possibly. It seems like the people at Altamont Gas must have been. How does everybody miss the most obvious shit? Oh my god! Who are the detectives in this universe?
Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through to the inside.
Yeah, but there's no way that a coin would fit through it.
That's true. But even so, it does seem a little bit more suspicious.
Okay. There's a tiny hole in its base. Well, let's try to figure out a way we can bring that up to the courts. What would be a good statement? The meter doesn't appear to have been tampered with. Really? This looks like evidence of tampering, does it not?
Objection!
Lady Altamont, I'm afraid to say that this meter clearly does show signs of having been tampered with.
What?
Get away! I've been over that thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, you might want to dock your employees' pay because this is rather obvious. What do you have to say about this small hole that's been made in the base of the coin box?
Hole? What?
You're right. You're quite right. There's a little hole there. The meters aren't supposed to have holes. None of the others do.
In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shamsphere secretly opened up this hole himself.
Yes, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But why?
Yeah, why? I mean, it's a tiny hole. You couldn't get a farting thing through that.
Right. Yeah. Lady Altamont, I wonder if you could give this court some more details about your meter design.
What sort of details?
Well, what I'd specifically like to know is how it's dismantled or how it differentiates coins. How does it differentiate coin? Maybe this is the one that I want. Fuck, I don't know. But this is the one I'm more interested in. How does the meter tell the difference between different coins?
What do you mean?
Well, for example, if someone were to put in a 1 penny coin, that wouldn't work, presumably, right?
No, of course not.
So, well, how does the meter know that the coin that's been fed is a threepenny bit?
Oh, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by their shape and their size, which includes their thickness. A threepenny bit is about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, you see. Other coins just simply won't fit.
I see. It's clearly been very well thought out.
The witness will amend her formal testimony with that information in case it is pertinent.
As you wish, my lord.
Is it pertinent? Maybe I fucked this one up. The meter is designed for coins the exact diameter and thickness of a threepenny bit. Nothing else will fit. It's one of two that were found there. Street map, secondhand book receipt, armband, not so helpful, victim's medical report, the box. I don't know if this was the right... You need to re-examine one of your pieces of evidence. What piece of evidence? This one? Is there anything new to examine on it? Negative. Okay, let's work through this slow and steady. No container for the poison was found at the scene. That's fine. What about this torn off end of the envelope, maybe? What's this? Whoever opened this envelope, they didn't bother with a letter opener or scissors, did they?
Yeah, whoever opened it was clearly someone with an unrefined temperament. And judging from the angle of the rip here, the person in question must have been right-handed.
Susato-san, I think perhaps someone's been reading too much of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Alright, Detective Susato, great. A right-handed person. I was just wondering if, like, maybe they purposefully designed this to look like a key of some kind? I don't know. I guess that's a little bit silly. Maybe the soap? Oh! 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 I bet you that this is a circle that's the size of a threepenny bit. Hey, look at this bar of soap. There's a circular depression on this side, about 2 centimeters across.
Or 3/4 of an inch. Oh! Mr. Naruhodo, do you think?
We did find this soap at the scene, didn't we?
We did! Yes, there were 2 bars on that little ledge just outside the window, so we took this one. But I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember it clearly.
Yeah, but there's no sign of it now. Where could it have gone? Oh, there was a medallion. Wait, what? I thought he was carving fake pennies out of soap. Was he using a different material? Or is it soap and was he dyeing it red? I actually forgot about the red emblem. Okay. But, I still think that this is suspicious enough to use in the court, so let me present it. Let me present the soap.
Objection.
Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter would accept any object as if it were a threepenny bit. Isn't that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, by something of a coincidence, while we were investigating in Mr. Shamspeare's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimensions perfectly.
Something the same size as a threepenny bit? What was it?
The item in question is this.
What? Have you been inhaling my gas? That's a bar of soap.
It certainly looks nothing like a threepenny bit, I must say.
It looks like I'm gonna have to point out exactly what I mean here. Okay, what's so important about the soap? I need you to look at this part right here.
Got it.
You have to turn over the soap, is what I mean. Whew, boys, we are really Dora the Explorer-ing this.
Whew. Do you know how to get around the rock? Oh! Turn the soap over? Well, don't be daft, boy. I've never heard of such an absurd idea. Are you referring to that brown depression in the middle of the soap there?
That is the round depression that I'm referring to in the middle of the soap there. It's a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Almost exactly the same size as a threepenny bit.
Get away!
Does anyone here present have in their possession a threepenny bit? Quickly now, hand over your coins.
It sounds rather like a highway robbery, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Just help me prove my point. Well, thanks to a kind member of the public in the gallery, I here have a threepenny bit. Now to see if it fits. If it fits, I sit. Huh! Well, my word. It couldn't be more snug than a bug in a rug. Exactly. Genau. As I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded.
Well, I don't believe it.
Oh, you better. Oh, honey. Beekeeping queen? Hello, Stripes. So, your assertion amounts to what? That some inferior bar of soap has a tentative connection to the theft of the gas. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, yeah. The depression in the soap was clearly made by a threepenny bit. I must concur, at least, that pushing a coin with some force into a poor quality bar of soap such as this is a remarkably simple way of replicating the coin's shape.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mold. You could make fake coins in no time.
Yeah. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mr. Shamspeare has been using to steal the gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain of thought, it's going to bring me to a new explanation for what happened to... one that nobody here has considered yet.
But this is all nonsense. If the man had been faking fake coins, well then my worker here would have found them when he emptied the meter.
Well, quite true. Lady Altamont, in the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear. I see. There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air. Are you on my side here? Yeah, klar. And the meter here is what gives it away. What on earth? There are remnants of the magical method used, visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room. I know what it is. It's soap, right? So you put in a soap coin, and then you have a hole in the bottom, so if you melt the soap, it drippity droops right out of that leaky hole. That's what this is, yes? If that is your assertion, counsel, the defense will identify these remnants for the court at once. Where on the meter can the remnants of the method used to make the fake coins disappear have been seen? Be seen. That's gotta be this little hole. We found this bar of soap at the scene of the crime, just outside the victim's window.
Outside?
Yes, outside, where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing wintry air. That's where we found this soap.
Ah! I get it.
That's right. The answer, of course, is ice.
Did you say ice?
Oh, it's not even melting the soap, it's melting, it's freezing water into ice and then just letting the ice melt. Okay, I had the right idea, they added in one extra step. That's fine. Mr. Shamsphere has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in spades. As his room becomes very comfortably warm, the ice now inside the meter's coin box melts, turning back into water and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made in the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing the Altamont gas. Huh! Well, I say. I did some good work today. Just like that. So simple. Yeah, ma'am, this is a massive flaw in your company's gas meters. You better figure something out. Is he trying to make us look like idiots? He's been fooling us, all with some bars of soap and some water. Yeah. That's right, madam. I don't believe it. It can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we've spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally— Ma'am! I am on your side! I am trying to help you find a glaring problem in your company. You're welcome, by the way. I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence? What? Girl, why is she turning on me? Ma'am, I could not be someone who is saving your ass more. I'm sorry. I want evidence. If you're going to stand there and tell me that our meters are rubbish, I want to see proof. She's very good at enforcing accountability, isn't she? Yeah, the best. Right then. Okay, very well. Lady Altamont, if you'd like evidence, I'll provide it. What? Mr. Naruhodo, are you saying you actually do have evidence to support this theory? Maybe I do. I did notice a trace of something that bothered me at the time. I think I know what it is. And I have a feeling that this theory we've come up with could explain what I've seen. Because I saw it too. I'm thinking of something. Yep, I know what I'm thinking of. The piece of evidence that substantiates the theory about how Mr. Shamsphere has been stealing the gas is this photograph. This is a photograph at the scene, at the point when the victim was discovered, taken by Inspector Gregson. And it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamsphere. What remnants? Right there, honey. Well, here you can see the gas meter on the wall in Mr. Shamsphere's room. Now, look closely at the floor, directly under the meter. It's fucking wet, and that's a wood-ass floor, too, in the old-ass 1800 whatevers. I don't know what time period we're in, but it's old. Water on a wooden floor in the olden day? Girl, the mildew, the mustiness, the crustiness, the mold. What is that? Some kind of grubby stain? Almost certainly it's a water stain. resulting from the liquid that drained out of the hole made in the meter.
Ah!
If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage, and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, we can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter's coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor.
This is awful.
And there's further evidence, too. Mr. Shamspear slumped over his table, apparently having consumed Strike 9. And right there next to him is a bar of soap, broken in half.
You're right.
It would appear to me, then, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he? Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not.
He didn't beat about the bush there, did he?
He can beat about my bush. What? In truth, Mr. Shamspear was found with a fork in his hand.
A meal of soap is sounding increasingly like... Do you mean to say he was using that fork to,
Exactly, to pry out his icy coin. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap.
Ah! But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go over very well.
Well, good gracious.
Yeah, throw away another bottle. Just rub it in my face.
Lord Von Zeeks!
I was throwing my hand up in despair, and happened to catch my hollowed bottle on the way. Pray, forgive my maladroit mistake.
What is the meaning of this, Counsel?
Allow me to pose my learned friend a question. What exactly did you establish with your most recent cross-examination? Well,
That Mr. William Shamspear is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is complete bullshit.
There she is. I knew she was gonna pull through. That's it. That's exactly it. Very well. Let us assume the man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, Susato, you want to field this one too? We know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no sign of another vessel that contained poison. And on the night in question, there were no visitors to the room except for the accused. The young gasman's testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, has confirmed that.
Huh!
Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. Even if William Shamspear is the liar you claim him to be, these facts have been objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. What? Adjudicate? Huh? What?
Order! Well, Counsel, how does the defense respond?
Mr. Naruhodo!
What was the point of that last cross-examination? That didn't get us anywhere. Or did it? Did it not? Did it make any difference at all? Like Lord Von Zeeks is saying? I don't know. We're gonna have to raise an objection, but we're gonna have to do it in the next one because I'm out of time! Fuck! Oh, I'm so sorry. Guys, I swear, if I didn't have to take an actual phone call, I would keep going. This doesn't seem like the ideal stopping place. It seems like we should keep going, but like I said, I have a hard time clock today. It's kind of a non-negotiable, so we gotta stop. We gotta leave it here. So you're just gonna have to come back tomorrow at 7 o'clock Eastern time and figure out what I do and if I save the day, okay? If you guys could please leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. I will see you all in the next one. Until then, boys, toodles!